flop of the year, worst film of the year. You people have no concept of just how bad movies can really be.
The real Agent Argylle.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Argylle was a film I was super excited for. It's got a big cast, Matthew Vaughn, I love, and I assumed the style was just going to be very similar to Kingsman, which, to be fair, it kind of is. Yeah, but I think the problem is that there's just a little bit much. Just way too much going on here, you know? You try to make it your traditional spy thriller, globe-trotting mess of action sequences, you throw in some comedy, you're constantly flashing between characters that are real and in a book. I mean constantly, that happens way too fucking much. Oh my god. And, like, honestly, by the end of the first scene on the train where that starts happening, where it's just she's flashing between seeing Henry Cavill and Sam Rockwell, I'm already going, please God, stop it. And it just keeps happening most of the film. Yeah. And the twists, the sheer force and number of twists that this plot takes could stop a herd of stampeding bison in its tracks. You wouldn't even vaguely recognize the film it starts out being from anything in the third act. Having said all that, is it that bad? Meh. Just meh. Yeah. Agent Argylle is a hotshot secret agent who catches bad girls and takes them to bed or some crap. And he works with his trusty partner whose name is Johncena. Doesn't matter. And then you just don't have to care about any of that because that's not real. That's in a book that is being written by Ellie Conway, our fierce leading lady who's just about to go on an introvert's worst nightmare, a globe-trotting adventure where everyone wants to speak to you. Sam Rockwell turns up, he's a real spy. He wants to save Ellie because she has got predictive power. The things she puts in her books happen in real life, and he wants to defend her from the Division, our evil rogue agency bent on stealing her and using her predicting power for their own gain. And from there they go on a globe-trotting adventure with a cat that only looks like a CGI monstrosity half the time. A little more than half the time. Most of the time. And the thing is, that could maybe have worked and been mediocre. The interesting thing to me is that from there, they take this opening scene and the film is laughing with you, going, look at how insane this is with Henry Cavill and Johncena and all the kooky spy shit they're doing. Like, it's so silly. It's the silliest spy movie you'd ever watch if it was the real movie. And then by the third act of the film, you feel like that was realistic compared to where we've ended up. I like Bryce Dallas Howard. I think she's a really good-looking woman. She's still fairly young. But once they put her in all the different spy get-ups in this, like, the dress they put her in and the really unnecessary blonde wig that she's just stuck in for the whole third act, it began to look like a James Bond movie starring your mom. Okay? And I don't get why they did her. They did her dirty with that whole thing. And Sam Rockwell the entire time just looks like everybody's least favorite uncle. Like, I don't know what, like, they're a cool couple. They could have really, and in the first half of the film, they look fine. I don't know what they were doing with them, or trying to do with them. It was nuts. As a couple, they do kind of have chemistry, but between the snappish, confused script and an endless number of awkward, irritating camera angles, I'm just left feeling like there was potential here, but maybe Matthew Vaughn is just railing against being good at spy movies, the way that Todd Phillips railed against being good at making Joker movies. It's a film that's so wrapped up with what can it do next to subvert your expectations that it doesn't question whether this twist makes sense given the three that came before it. You look at the plot as a whole instead of feeling like, oh, how can we subvert what they saw in the trailer, and then how can we subvert what they saw in the first half of the film, and then how can we subvert that? You would maybe get somewhere with this and realize, oh god, we're horrifically wasting the majority of this huge cast. I don't hate this. I've watched it for a second time now and I like it less than I did in the cinema, but I still don't hate it. I feel like there was so much to be done here, so many directions they could go in with the story, and they went in all of them consecutively, just... So I'm giving this film was cruder than the oil that they ice skate on. 2.5 stars. Seriously, they pulled off the giant fight dance in various tear gas colors scene, and they didn't even let that simmer for 5 minutes before skipping right along to the oily knife fight ice skate scene. Like, that level of ambition does deserve a reward, so Matthew Vaughn, we're going to send you on a holiday for a real long time.